Hey guys, so One Piece is on a little bit of a break, both in the manga and in the progression of the story in the anime. I figured this would be a good time to actually cover One Piece, one of the last few remaining members of the Big Three. Well, the Big Three in terms of the story still going on. Bleach came back, but this is different. I've been wanting to do more One Piece material because I do like this anime. I know you all mostly know me for Seven Deadly Sins stuff and occasionally Fairy Tail, but I want to expand out, and One Piece is one of those franchises that I still want to do material on. There's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about as a fan. But before I do any of that, I have to first give my few cents on this series. And by few cents, I mean $1. Very, very big dollar. For those who have not seen One Piece because you're afraid of its enormous size, One Piece is about Monkey D. Luffy, a young boy in a small town out in practically nowhere who wants to become the Pirate King. Because a pirate named Red Hair Shanks introduced him to the idea of pirates being cool. Much cooler than those lame law-ordering Marines. Luffy ate a mysterious yet highly valuable fruit that his friend Shanks wanted so badly, the Gum Gum fruit, turning his entire body into rubber. He can stretch everything, and I mean everything. However, there is a cost. In this world, if you eat a devil fruit, you can no longer swim. Boy, bath day must be really suckish for him. But still, despite this weakness, and the One Piece world being essentially 90% water, he still wants to become a pirate, set sail, and find the legendary One Piece, a treasure belonging to the previous king of the pirates, Gol D Roger. Assembling a crew of friends and experts, he sails to venture the grand line to find the legendary treasure and facing whatever pirates stand in his way of becoming their king. That's the premise. A short premise, but there is a lot more to One Piece than that. This world is crazy, taking place in some sort of weird dystopian future that's somehow also in the past. There is an island that is just a desert, one that is freezing cold like the Arctic. There's one with feudal Japan samurai. There is one full of futuristic technology, one inspired by Venice, Italy. There's an island of mermaids. There are so many different worlds and islands and setting in this franchise. It's so crazy, but it is still so creative. This is a world that has feudal Japan samurai, yet there's also a member of the Straw Hat Crews that's a cyborg. And that's the fun of One Piece as a setting. It's crazy. The characters are also pretty likable, all of them having tragic stories but they also have fun personalities and quirks for the most part. And you feel bad whenever something bad happens to them. You love these characters the more you read on. But it's not just the Straw Hat Crew, it's other characters that tag along for this journey. Whether it be hero or villain, you find an interest in a lot of these characters. Characters like Vivian Nefertari, Blackbeard, Marine Admiral Saint Sengoku or Kizaru, pirates like Shanks, Whitebeard, Big Mom, Kaido. There's a lot of characters with their own unique quirks and styles that you can like, or depending on how you perceive it, hate, but hey, you do you. The powers in this world are also pretty creative. Devil fruits were the main focus for a long time prior to a time skip. If you were going to be super powerful, you were either have to be a swordsman, have some sort of tool, or the big one, devil fruits. Despite the world being 90% water, devil fruits are abundant. Each one is unique in its own way. You have the paramecia type, which allows you to control or produce an element, and these seem to be the most common. You also have the paramecia fruit, which turns your body into a particular element. Fire, lava, ice, darkness, allowing you to become that element and also be intangible. These are a bit more rare. But you also have Zoan fruits, which allows you to turn into animals. Or if you're Chopper, a human-ish. But that is also divided into different subgroups. So you have the ancient Zoan fruits, which can turn you to prehistoric animals like dinosaurs. Or you have the more rare, mythical Zoan. It's a fun build-up with how Oda designed this world with the devil fruits. How you need to know which one you're going to get, and whether the powers are going to justify not being able to swim anymore. But it's not just that, there's also haki. A little simple, but it's a good secondary power set in this world, seeing as how it can go for pretty much anyone if they dedicate themselves. You have armament haki for extra defense, observation haki to observe anything far away with clear sight, or the top one, conqueror's haki, for those willing and dedicated to lead the world, for better or for worse. Another big pro about this series is the big mystery build. Oda, for some reason, has this talent of just hooking readers in with a long built-in story, but also the hints he leaves along the way like breadcrumbs. You could talk about one thing 150 chapters ago and then it would just be made canon officially years and years later. Seriously, despite leaving just a few hints and notes, suddenly it becomes super big much later down the line. It's a long wait, but it certainly is kind of worth it. However, there is a big downturn to this series that a lot of people would argue is the biggest downside. It's too long. My brother in Christ, this series started in the 90s and it's still going on to this day. Keep in mind, this is not like Naruto where it just became Shippuden. This is the same series going on. No sequels or spin-offs. It has always just been One Piece. It's been going on so long, there's been a live-action remake trying to trim down the first saga. They wanted to introduce new people to the beginning of One Piece because they're so afraid of getting into the anime. An anime that is very dated. So much so that Wit Studios on Netflix is going to be remaking the same saga again to update the animation and also trim down on the unnecessary material, trying to fix the pacing. Because One Piece is a long story that just won't end. I'm having fun, but my brother in Christ, when is it going to stop? I'm fearful that Oda is probably not going to stop until he's literally dead in the ground. This guy has been having a lot of health issues as of late. Another big pet peeve, the arcs have been getting a lot longer. Alright, just take a look at this timeline map. Pre-time skip, there are a lot more island arcs and sagas, spending a shorter amount of time at certain locations. But post-time skip, the time at these islands are so long. I've counted, and there are less island locations in the time skip than there are pre-time skip. We are on these islands much longer, and I get why. There are bigger threats that we didn't get to see pre-time skip. But at a certain point, there's just setting fatigue. You get tired of places like Whole Cake Island or Wano. We were on Wano for 4 years. An arc should not take as long as World War II. No wonder they have so many movies. The fans just get so tired of being on an island for so long, we need a change of scenery. But despite those flaws, I still like One Piece for what it is. The characters are nice, the powers are creative, the world is crazy. It's a big story, but it's one certainly worth getting into. What do you think of One Piece? Do you agree with the hate? Do you like some things? Do you not like some things? Let me know in the comments, and if you want more One Piece, hopefully we'll be out with more very soon. I'll see you later, mortals.